It has been said that 95% of small businesses will fail in their first 1,000 days. It is a sad reality if our economy is driven by small businesses that have a high failure rate than success. Starting a business is tough. One needs to have dedication and resilience. And it is even tougher when you have no one to guide and mentor you in the journey you are about to embark on. I am Majali, searching through the great South African landscape for entrepreneurs who have survived their first 1,000 days, using their stories and journey to coach and mentor others. This is a platform where we help entrepreneurs. We equip them with the tools and the skills necessary to establish successful, sustainable, and scalable businesses. It's Seiji with Majali, and my guest today is founder and CEO of Mavuso Engineering. He believes that miracles can happen, but the impossible sometimes takes longer. Mr. Mavuso, welcome to Seiji, and thank you for choosing to share as you grow.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us more about who Mavuso is. Tell us more about who Mr. Mavuso is and the journey, how it started, how you developed the passion for entrepreneurship.
I started by working. I used to be employed in a big company, Transnet, and I worked there for 25 years.
Wow.
So on my 23rd year, that was 2012, and I realized that after 25 years that I put for myself, I need to be somewhere. So I started a training business.
Okay.
That went on and it was very successful. When I resigned in 2014 January, and I joined my business, which was already running and making some money to carry me. And we carried on with that business with some partners that I had to join in 2012. And then I saw it fit to start something for my family. And I started Mavuso Engineering in 2014. 2014, Mavuso Engineering, the name Mavuso is derived from the family name Mavuso.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so it's Mavuso Companies, whereby my wife is also a business partner.
Wow, that's nice. So you would say that your business started off as a side hustle that you did while you were doing your full-time job. So how did the transition happen for you from moving away from a stable income to this environment where it's not certain, the income is not stable? How did you do the transition?
We always go into business with positive mind that we are going to make money when we go in there, and we don't look at the hassles that will come with you making that money. So, but then what helped me was that I had a 5-year plan starting from 2014 to 2019. So the 5-year plan was that with the knowledge in mind that in the first 3 years most of the businesses are not making it. So what would carry me is the vision that mine will collapse after 5 years if it is not making it. So 3 years had to be hard, and I accepted it like that.
So you're saying in your plan, you had projected to make losses for the first 3 years?
Correct.
You hardly find people who project losses in their business plan for the first 3 years. So knowing that your business was going to make losses for the first 3 years, how did you sustain a loss-making business in the first 3 years?
See, you also need to know that when you go into the business, you are focusing in the future, but you need to make some money at the beginning. You make money now in the future. So having some small things that we were doing, small purchase orders here and there, delivering, making money, and the biggest capital was our own personal investment. The savings that we had all these years, the pension money that I got when I left the business of Transnet, went in putting into the business to make it growing, to make it start growing. Remember, the Mavuso Engineering has got 2 legs. There's a manufacturing leg, and then there is training. So the manufacturing needed a huge capital investment. So we went and put money in there. We got the workshops and the machines, And then we started looking for work, and we got employees in, started manufacturing, supplying the rail industries, ports, automotive industries.
So did you not at any point think or consider sourcing funding from the likes of government, banks? Because as you're saying, manufacturing is capital intensive basically, and you would want to have the right source of machinery for you to be able to service your customers. So you invested your own retirement funding income, you invested your own personal savings, and chances are you invested your life savings into this business. Did you not consider going out and getting government funding, because it's such a high, it's capital intensive, the manufacturing leg of your company? Would you not have rather considered government funding instead of putting in your personal or all your life saving in this company?
Yeah, so some of the things are actually artificial. The government funding is not a simple and straightforward thing. You go there with high expectations, but when you get there, you see that you don't qualify even for those government fundings, because they want your company profile. They want you to have made a certain amount of money per annum. And so it's difficult to just get someone to come and fund your business without you having proved that you could do it on your own. So we had to spend that first 3 years proving a point that we are capable, and we can risk our own money into this thing. So whoever wants to come and invest and risk their own money, they would have seen that we believe on our strategy. We believe on what we are doing, because if we didn't believe into it, we would not have put our money in it.
I mean, I'm just interested to know, you invested your retirement fund, you invested your life savings. Did it sustain you for 3 years?
It did somehow, but along the way, we had to do some job to get some cash coming in, and we had to partner with other people.
Okay.
For instance, the two legs of the business could not run on their own or with one person. As an entrepreneur, I could not do everything. So we had to partner with people that like training, that wanted to have businesses in training. But we partner with people who wanted to have businesses in manufacturing. So now what I did is to take the people that were interested in manufacturing, make them head of department in the manufacturing side, head of department on the training side. So on my side, now I can concentrate on the customers and the finances, and leadership, making all the plans for the business, making sure that everything are going well into the two businesses. And but I could not do everything on my own, so I had to put people that are gonna run with the.
So you would say having that solid team is what contributed to the success of your company right now?
It's correct. So as an entrepreneur, you must stay away from this thing of being self-employed. You must be an entrepreneur. You must be a businessman.
Okay, so what's the difference between being self-employed and being an entrepreneur?
Self-employed, it means you are doing everything yourself. Then you are self-employed. But if you are a businessman, you use other people, other people's skills. You go out there, identify skills, identify talent, and build up teams that are going to be working with you, pushing the same goal. Have a shared vision with whoever is working with you. Whatever they are doing, they are driving your vision. You share the vision with them. You show them where you're going. Whatever way you're going to do it, but provide that leadership to those people. Make the plans available, and focus on the things that matters most: your customers and your finances.
You touch a lot on talent acquisition, right? And someone who's a small business, who's starting off, who's in the first year of their businesses, I understand I need to acquire the right talent, but right now I do not have the resources or not the finances to sustain the talent, because we all know that skills are scarce. and they come at a higher cost than unskilled labor. So how would you advise someone to acquire talent if they didn't have the necessary funds to actually sustain the talent?
What you do is you don't necessarily employ the people.
Okay.
So this type of people must be entrepreneurs themselves. And then you've got the same vision. You want to build businesses. And then you partner with them. And then you offer a certain share of your company to them. Don't go over 50%. So otherwise, now you're the minority shareholder.
You run the risk of actually losing your business.
Exactly. So take 40% of your company and say, this one, I'm willing to part with it. And I'm going to get people who've got talent. I'm going to get people who want to work with me. And then as you are starting, you know you don't have money. And they also know that you all don't have money. You don't have to pay salaries. But then you are going to drive this business because you believe on what you are doing and there is a clear vision where you are going. So now, once you identify such people, then they are willing to move with you. And then you start moving the path. When you start making money, then you'll all be smiling.
I'm assuming that's the stage that you are at now. You're all smiling with the partners that you partnered with.
Correct. We had to go through the tough time, and at this stage, the business is stable, and we are making the money that we were expecting, and there's more opportunities now to grow the business. And now we just finished the first phase of our first 5-year business plan, and then now moving into another one. 5 to 10 years this time, and then from there, what is more important is that on the next phase, we are planning to replace ourselves. So now we must focus more on who is going to be taking over from our businesses when we retire, even when we have not retired, but in the absence of ourselves, who is going to be running the business. So now that is the second phase we are busy with, and in the middle of that phase, then now you go to your 99 years plan.
So you're doing succession planning at the same time, because you want to, at some point, be at an island, but your company continue to run. You want to be on holiday with your family, understand your family, man. But I want us to touch a little bit more on the 3 years. You said that, now you see you reaping the rewards of the efforts and the hard work you had put in. Tell us more about the mistakes you made in this 3 years or in this period until now, leading up to now, the mistakes you made in your business, and that you say, I want to share these mistakes so that somebody who's coming up, who's starting a new business, does not make the same mistakes and can learn from yours.
You need to know what carries the business. And according to my opinion, there's 2 important things that carry the business. It's your customers and your finances. So the mistakes that we have made before is not to be present in those particular areas, building the relationship. You allow the operational people to interfere with your clients, to interfere with your finances, giving them an open check to buy material, and then without any considering of savings that you have to control. You have to control the cost of your business, and you need to keep your client to yourself. So the mistakes that I made at the beginning was that allowing everyone to interfere with the clients. So eventually what happens is that they can go out there, open a business, then they become competitors, maybe they even become better than you.
So
then now you're out of business, and they can steal your clients. And the other thing is getting into a business just because they said there is money into that business, but you are not the person for that one, and you don't have passion for that particular business. I did that. I had a security business because when we worked things out, it was a lucrative business.
Yes.
But I could feel that I'm not fitting in there. Every time when I have to wake up and go and do those things, the tasks that are coming with the business, it's a burden.
You feel drained.
Yeah, no, it was just a huge exercise. So what I can advise is that find your passion.
Yeah.
Do what you like, and then let the money follow.
Oh, okay. So now you would say you found a business that is not only lucrative in nature, but rather more aligned with your passions in life?
Very much aligned. I like manufacturing. I've been in the manufacturing business the past 25 years I'm talking about, and it's something that I like. It just got its own challenges, but for when the challenges come, I know this is a daily challenge, and I'm not stressed about it. And every morning I wake up looking forward to it. And also the training side, I like training. I like interfering with many different people. So in training, we get to meet people every day, different people. So that keeps the spirit alive. So I'm doing what I like more than just chasing the money.
and the money has somehow followed.
Yeah, the money somehow I can see the results.
Oh yeah.
Because in the first 2 to 3 years, yes, battling a lot, because now doing some of the things that I don't like, until I could see that, okay, look, drop this and drop that, focus on this thing, it works.
So you're saying you started many businesses at once when you left corporate, and you started to explore those different businesses to see which one would be more profitable or more successful.
Correct.
Would you advise an entrepreneur to do that, like diversify, get into more than one business, or would you advise them to choose a business, stick to it? When do you know that this business is not for me, I need to get out?
You need to build a brand. Firstly, build a brand. Secondly, you need to look after your perception. You need to manage perception. It can make or break your business.
Sure, yes.
For instance, in terms of perception, when you go out there and market your business, it must look big.
Yeah.
The way you handle your business, the way you present your business, the way you brand it, all those things must talk to a big business, irrespective of how small or big your business is. You must start like you are running a corporate business, even if it is small. Then secondly,
go big or go home.
Go big or go home. And as a person yourself, if you are running an organization, you become the face of the organization.
Yes.
So it's important how you look, how you handle yourself in the community around you. Even if you go to a mall during weekend, you must be clean. You don't know who you're gonna meet there at the mall. You might meet one of your biggest clients and you are mixed up. Then it just says, "Wow, I've seen Mavco Engineering that side."
Yes. So you carry the brand during working hours, outside of working hours, weekends. You carry the brand of your company.
Everywhere you go, in the darkness, in the light, you are the brand. You are the business.
And you should always make sure that you portray your company the best way that you can.
The best way you can.
So talking about branding, it's interesting to find out that Mavco does not have an online presence. Is there a brief reason, or is it because your target market is not online?
Yeah, at this stage, no, the target market is online and all that. But we decided not to put it online at this stage, because now it's like at an infancy stage. You're not going to put your young one on Facebook while it's still red and all that, to allow it to grow. But by the time you go online, and then you go online being successful, knowing exactly where you are, and you don't want to start portraying your business. I just spoke about your business image and the perception. You put a business online and it does not have a good profile. And then now you're going to have a perception that, no, this business is not good.
Yeah.
So build a profile. When you put it online, then you've got a good profile, and then the perception continues to say, this is a good business, they've done this and that and that, and this is where they are now.
So basically what you're learning is that at infancy stage, it's very important to incubate your business for a certain period of time while you get your business to take the certain shape and form that you want it to take before you present it online, before you present it to your potential customers, before you present it to your potential investors, and basically the market as a whole, because you have your competitors online, you've got suppliers online, you've got everyone online, and you would ideally want to present a business that has already taken the shape and the form that you want it to take, and the shape and the form that you want it to be perceived by everybody that is going to have access to your business online.
Correct. Yes.
It's a very interesting concept for me, because you find that the first advice you get is get your business online, your clients online, but never advice on incubate your business. Let your business grow, take shape and form, like a baby. You know how in the African tradition, they always say you can't see the baby for the first 10 days, or some extremists say for the first month you can't see the baby. So it's the same thing with a business. Incubate it, let it grow, give it that room and attention before you invite the whole world to see it.
You don't want to show all the mistakes that you're making in the business. So okay, go through that learning curve on your own there at your private space. And then by the time you know that, okay, now I'm ready to perform, it's like it's like practicing before, and then after that you go out there and perform. When you're ready to perform, that's the only time we're gonna go onto a stage. And then the online is the same principle.
So do you think Mavco is at that point now where they are ready to go online?
This year the plan is to put up the online site, to improve on the branding, to improve on the marketing side, and then see what other direction the business is gonna take, because we are not going to be complacent and say what we have arrived. You never arrive in this thing. There must be continuous improvement every time.
So you continuously look at how are we growing, how are we interacting with our customers, how are we interacting with potential investors as well.
Exactly.
So with branding, how have you approached branding for the past 4 years while you've been in business, since 2014? And how have you sourced customers? Because you're not online, so is it a bit difficult to source customers when you're not online? And how have you approached your branding strategy?
In terms of sourcing the customers, we know our market target. And then it was a word of mouth, and going online, downloading the adverts that are there, and start applying for the jobs, getting a purchase order from the client and all that. So because if you look at the rail industry, it's not that big. So you know exactly where to go.
A few.
Yeah, the players are not that big, and also the client base. You know exactly where to find the people. So that is how we've been doing door-to-door marketing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And in terms of the branding, we made sure that everything that goes out of the business, going out there, whatever we email, we've got letterheads. And in terms of the presentation of our documents, we invested in a color printer, which might be an expensive thing to do, but whatever you're going to produce out of your business, when it goes out there, it must say something about your business.
Yes.
And when people look at it, they must imagine such a huge business, a multi-million rand to a business. If to make our profiles, we went out there to the professional printers to print profiles that we're going to give to our clients, to portray a certain image about our business.
Yes.
Small as it is, but it's operating at a big space, and it must appear to be big. So that is how we were branding, and we managed perception.
So it's very important to make sure that as you start off your business, the little things matter. Correct. Little things like having a letterhead when you are sending a document, that really matters. What does that do? It creates an image. It creates a certain perception for the receiver to perceive you as professional, and also to take you seriously, I guess, because no one's going to take you serious if you send a 80-word document that is not on a letterhead. It's little things like having an email address. I know a lot of small businesses run their businesses on a Gmail account. Gmail, as much as it's free, it doesn't create a perception that you're professional. It doesn't create an image for your business. Just having a domain is as cheap as 199 rands a month. You can have domain, unlimited email addresses. So let's start by the little things that make us professional. Let's get our email addresses. Let's get letterheads. Let's have company profiles. Get them quality printed. It's a small investment, but it creates a huge perception to someone who's reading your document, to someone who's seeing your company profile. So those are the key things we can literally start doing tomorrow to improve our businesses, to actually better position ourselves to be taken seriously by the market.
Also know your edit clients out there. People don't want to do business with you using the Gmail account.
Yes, exactly.
Because they don't want to, they've got a question of trust. Today you are Mavco at Gmail, today you are going to be Dinotil at Gmail, the other day you are something else at Gmail, you can easily change, and then it's not traceable who the real person is. That's why you must have a domain, then they know you are traceable. It means you are not going to run away with their stuff. And secondly, small things like VAT registration. And especially on the manufacturing business, people don't want to do business with you if you're not VAT registered.
Because automatically it tells everybody you are earning less than $1 million, making less than $1 million in turnover.
Exactly. And the other thing is on the manufacturing side, especially, if they want to do business with you, you must be able to show your VAT number there so that they can pay you VAT, because now it becomes a burden on their side to pay SARS if they have not used their VAT money to you as a supplier or as a client. So those small things need to be looked after if you want to grow a business.
So definitely making sure you are compliant with all the requirements of the industry that you are going into. But also another thing that I'm picking up, which is very important, is that there are a lot of marketing tools out there that you can use. But it's very important to understand your target market. As we are listening to Mr. Mavuso here, his target market was not online because the client base in the industry he's in is not huge. The players are few. You can easily access the players. So sometimes not every marketing strategy is good for you. You need to understand your target market. You need to understand the niche that you're operating in, and then invest in a marketing strategy that is suitable for the niche that you are operating in. So it cuts off all of the administration and all of the costs that is wasted towards marketing strategies that are not relevant for your market, not relevant for your niche as well.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mavuso, for shedding some light and insights on how one can grow a business, how one can scale up a business. And, you touched a little bit on some of the mistakes that you yourself have made over the years while you're trying to establish your business.
Yeah. And then the mistakes should be taken as a learning curve. Don't repeat the same mistake twice. Otherwise, you won't have time to come back and fix it. There's a lot of learning that you need to do as an entrepreneur when you are running a business. Read books, just get any material you can get your hands on. Listen to people. There's a lot of learning that you need to do. Don't take it as if you know everything.
Exactly. As an entrepreneur.
I know you go there having a hell of a lot of knowledge, but it's important that you also learn continuously because things are changing out there. So you must keep up with the pace.
You need to be relevant. Talking about learning, it is, as we all know, it's book review time. So we are reviewing 2 books that Mr. Mavuso is currently busy with, or 2 books that he personally was impacted by throughout his journey as an entrepreneur. So Mr. Mavuso, take us through your 2 books that you would highly recommend any entrepreneur to read.
I like the book called The Goal.
And the author is?
And the author is Eliyahu Golrand.
Eliyahu Golrand.
Yes. Golrand is concentrating on the manufacturing side of the world and considering all the resources that you actually have in front of you and you really don't know how to use them. And sometimes you have them and you are not even aware that you do.
Yeah.
It's concentrating on theory of constraint. It's concentrating on the 5 M's that are actually running a business. like your machines, your material, your manpower, management, and economics, Malia. So there's quite a lot of that entrepreneurs can learn from the book, The Goal. And the other one that was actually shaping me and my staff is written by Dr. Miles Monroe. It's called The Importance of Character in Leadership.
Wow, that's very powerful.
The importance of character in leadership. It tells you about your self-discipline, how your image or things that you are doing as a leader can impact in your future, in your business, in your leadership. Be it in government, in churches, in businesses, wherever you are leading.
Community.
It's very important that you look after your character, because if your character is dented, you can as well go out as a leader. Nobody's going to listen to you. You lose your influence to the people you are leading. And wherever you think that you can make an impact, they can just bring up that one wrong thing that you have done, then you are out again. So Dr. Miles Monroe is stressing on that you look after yourself as a person, your appearance, how you look, how you do things in front of other people, and how you do things in the dark. These days, the things that you do in the dark, they've got a way of coming up.
That's true.
So you should just look after yourself. Look after your character.
I mean, we as entrepreneurs, we are the face of our organization. We are the face of the organization during working hours. We are the face of the organization outside working hours. We're the face of the organizations in weekends. Weekends, on Sunday, wherever you go, you are the face of your organization. Please make sure you take care of that brand. Take care of your character. Protect your character. Protect your image, because you are ultimately protecting the image of your organization. Mr. Mavuso, before I let you go, thank you so much for the wisdom you've shared with us today. What is the final piece of advice that you would give to an entrepreneur who says, I've been in corporate for years, I want to leave, I want to step out of my comfort zone, I'm scared, but I want to go into business because I've had this passion. Especially someone who's had a side hustle while they were in corporate, doing those side jobs as maybe a source of extra income or because it was their passion. What's their advice to them?
Okay, there's a few things that you need to look after before you leave your job. Make sure that you've got a business that is actually working.
Wow.
And to start a business while you are also working there is very strenuous. It's not easy. I remember when I started the business of training in 2012, sometimes I would go home, sit there in front of my desk at home and be busy, and early in the morning take a shower, go back to work. And I would sleep when I get time.
Sure.
But I had to put everything I have to make sure that this thing is working before I leave. Because if you are leaving your current income and you really don't have an income where you are going, the business is not going to carry you, then you've got problems. Then you are going to start chowing into your investment instead of taking your investment into the business.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing you need to do. While you are working, get something that's working for you. When you go out, you know that business can carry you. Even if maybe, for example, you've been earning 50,000 rand a month, but the business can give you 20,000 rand a month. You know you can live with the 20,000, then you are ready to go. It's fine. You can drop your standard of living for a while. It's not a problem. And then the other thing you must learn continuously. Don't be complacent and think you are there.
Yeah.
Every time, whatever you touch, listen to people, read books, make sure that you are better than yesterday. Every day is a new day.
Yeah.
And you just need to continuously improve.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Mavuso. We hearing that it's so important for people who want to leave corporate to make sure they have a proper exit strategy. I would say that while you're in corporate, working, earning a stable income, it's a perfect opportunity for you to test the business interests you have. If you have a business interest, test it while you're in corporate. Don't leave your job and then test it after leaving your job. Test it during the time you're working, and the moment it starts to take shape and starts to grow, and you can see that the business can be able to sustain you, then you can think about leaving your job. So sometimes being in corporate and having a job is a good thing for you to explore what really is your passion, which business are you really passionate about, because then you almost have a buffer and something to fall back on because you still have your permanent job. It's Seiji with Majali, and thank you for listening to us.
Thank you for having me.